Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? I think yesterday we were discuss about the application of the PMR spectroscopy in organic chemistry, and in that there are near about 5 to 6 application we have discussed in our previous lectures. Let us revise once again the application of the PMR in organic chemistry. Number one, it helps us to find out the number of types of proton in the molecule, means the number of signals appear in the spectrum is equal to number of types of proton present in the molecule. So that is one of the important information we are getting from that spectrum. Observe the spectrum carefully, find out the number of signal present in that spectrum and is equal to the number of types of protons. So that is one of the application of NMR spectroscopy. Number second, the integration of the signal area under the peak, which gives the information about the type of proton present in the molecule. So that integration it provide directly by the machine, and from that integration, from the height of the integration, we can easily count the number of protons present of that particular signal. Number 3 application, the possibility, the position of the signal. The position of the signal chemical shift. The position of the signal means chemical shift, which gives us the information about what kind of the protons are present in the molecule. The position of the signal means chemical shift or delta value. Chemical shift, as we know that the separation between the peak position of the sample proton with respect to the TMS proton, tetramethyl proton, is known as a chemical shift, and it is denoted by delta. And mathematically we know that the delta is equal to V sample minus V TMS divided by V instrument into 10 raised to 6. 10 raised to 6 factor multiplied by that equation, so that we will get the suitable factors. That is the reason. But here the position of the signal or the chemical shift provide us what kind of the proton present in the molecule. Let us suppose 0.9 delta value appear for the signal. It clearly indicates that there is a methyl protons are present, which is saturated or which is attached to the sp3 carbon atom. Suppose the chemical shift value or the delta value appear around 7 to 8, that clear delta value or ppm clearly indicate that presence of aromatic ring in the compound, or very de-shielded chemical shift value around 10 to 12 delta values indicate presence of carboxylic acids. So these are the application of the PMR spectroscopy. Then the fourth application of the PMR spectroscopy is that the multiplicity of the peak, the multiplicity of the signal tell us the number of neighboring protons. Multiplicity of the peak, the one formula is there, n plus 1, where n is the number of neighboring protons. It directly provides the number of neighboring proton present in the molecule, and therefore this is one of the useful application of PMR spectroscopy. Multiplicity of the peak provide us directly the how many number of adjacent protons are present. That kind of the information we are getting from multiplicity of the peak. The formula used for multiplicity of peak is n plus 1, where n is equal to number of neighboring protons. Now moving toward the next application, that is a fifth application. The PMR spectrum is useful to detect the hydrogen bonding. When H of OH group is replaced by deuterium, the signal due to H is disappear. That clearly indicate that there is a hydrogen bonding is present, and this is one of the application of PMR spectroscopy. And next one, coupling constant J can be used to determine the stereochemistry of the proton. And we know that coupling constant, the separation between the separation of peak within the multiplet is known as a coupling constant, and it is denoted by J, and it is measured in cycle per second or hertz, and it gives the information about the stereochemistry of the proton, what kind of the stereochemistry present in the organic compound. That kind of the information we are getting from the coupling constant. So these are the application we already discussed in our previous lectures. So now onward we are going to discuss, we are going to solve some of the problem, what kind of the problems are appear, probable questions will appear in the exam. How you can answer it, that we are going to discuss over here. Question here, find out the different sets of proton in the following compound. That is a question. Find out, question number 1, find out the different sets of proton, find out the different sets of proton from the following compound, from the following compounds. Find out the different sets of proton from the following compounds. We are going to see here, for example, first structure, this one, CS3. This is the simplest example we have considered over here. Now, here, see the nature of question. What is there in the question, that you have to understood first. Find out the different sets of proton from the following compounds. The compound is the simplest compound is given, that is the ethane. You can see here A, This is also as a, both the methyl group, they are having identical chemical environment around it, and therefore only one set of proton is present over here. This first compound first has only one set of proton, therefore in compound first there is only one set of proton because both the methyl groups are identical. Look at here. Find out the different sets of proton from the following compounds. In compound first, there is only one type of the protons, therefore, because both the methyl groups are identical. So that is the answer. How to write as answer? Just you write in compound first, in compound first there is only one set of protons, one sets of proton, therefore there is only one set of protons because both methyl groups are identical. That's the answer you can provide here, you can write here. In compound first, there is only one set of proton because both the methyl groups are identical. Let us see as a structure number second. The structure number second will be this one, CH3, CH2, and here is a Br. Instead of chlorine, only Br is here. So now in compound, same thing. In compound 2, there are two sets of proton, therefore two PMR signals. Here you see here this methyl group and this is a methylene group. So here you can call it as A. These are definitely different. They are not having as a chemical environment is the same. They are chemically different environment around it, and therefore it is definitely different. So in compound second, there are two sets of proton, A proton correspond to methyl groups. A proton corresponds to methyl protons and B protons corresponding to methylene protons, which is deshielded due to electron withdrawing group, due to electron withdrawing group of bromine atom. This is the explanation you can provide here. In compound 2, two sets of proton are possible, one for methyl group and B other for CH3 group. Now is the compound number 3. Let us see the structure number 3 over here. Let me clean this board so that we can write only as a structure number 3 over here. Here is a CS3 CH2, then C double bond C is H, here also is H, then CH2 and CS3. Look at here, see clearly, this is a structure, this methyl group and this methyl group. Are these two same or different? Definitely they are same. So you can label it A. Now look at again CH2 and this CH2. On one side there is methyl group, on another side CH. Same thing is over here. So it will be B. And look at this hydrogen atom and this hydrogen, they are the C. Means how many sets of protons are present here? There are 3 sets of proton present in this compound. In compound 3, there are 3 sets of proton. A proton corresponding to methyl protons and B proton corresponding to methylene protons and C protons corresponding to olefinic protons. So in this way we can solve the problem based on it. Now let us see one more example over here. Let me draw here CS3, C double bond O, CH2, then CH2, C double bond O, then O and CS3. This is one of the simplest example which I have written here. Only I want to know whether you understood, whether you are able to find out the set of different proton, whether you can recognize the different set of proton or different kind of proton or different types of proton, that I want to know over here. Now let's see here this methyl group and this methyl group. Observe these two methyl group very carefully or closely, and now tell me, it is now your turn. Are these two methyl group chemically equivalent or chemically non-equivalent? Or if you see over here, this methyl group has adjacent carbon is a carbonyl, but this methyl group has an oxygen atom, and therefore definitely they are not the identical, they are totally present in the different chemically environment around it, and therefore you can label it as a and you can label it as a B. Same thing, look at carefully, look at closely over here, these two methyl groups, methylene group, not methyl, CH2, CH2. Now once again you tell me whether these two methylene group are identical or different. What do you think? See closely, observe these two methyl, find out, see their neighbors. Look at here oxygen, here is a carbonyl, and therefore these two methylene group, even though they are not the same, they are different one, therefore you can label it as a C and D. Means there are 4 sets of proton present in the structure number 4. Now let me draw one more example over here. Suppose we have this one CS3, O, C double bond O, then CH2, CH2 and C double bond O, not this one, let me C double bond O and CS3. Look at this is one of the structure. Now tell me whether how many sets of protons are present in this molecule. If you observe this molecule carefully, look at this methyl group and this methyl group, let me clear this point, this is not the same. Let me draw here CS3 O, C double bond O, then CH2, then CH2, C double bond O and CS3. Look at this example. Look at this methyl group and this methyl group carefully. What do you see? Are these two methyl groups same or different? They are the same because adjacent or its neighbor is oxygen. This methyl group has one oxygen as a neighbor, therefore they are the same. A. Now look at here. Here is also as a CH2, here is also as a CH2. CH2, and therefore they are also as a same because on one side there is a methyl group, another side another methylene group, and therefore this methylene group, on one side there is a methylene group, on one side there is a carbonyl group, therefore there is a two sets of protons are present. In this case two sets of proton, here four sets of proton. Remember this one, this is a what we can call it as a example which will help you in exam for clarification how to find out the how many sets of protons present in the following compounds. Now let us move on to the next example, because we are solving the illustrative problems in detail. So let's see here another example. How many PMR signals? Question number 2. How many PMR signals? How many PMR signals? How many PMR signals are possible for 2-bromopropane? For 2-bromopropane and 1-bromopropane How many PMR signals are possible for 2-bromopropane and 1-bromopropane under low resolution and high resolution? Under low resolution and high resolution. Under low resolution and under high resolution. Look at how many PMR signal are possible for 2-bromopropane and 1-bromopropane under low resolution and high resolution. While answering such type of questions, first of all you must know the structure of the 2-bromopropane. Let us see over here. A is a 2-bromopropane. 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 Here look at A and E, there is no double bond or triple bond here. Prop indicate as a 3 carbon atom in the straight chain. And at 2 position, suppose 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Here you can join bromine atom at 2 position because, and rest of the carbon atom, we know that carbon is always carry the hydrogen atom, if not any other. So therefore, to satisfy the valency 4, here you must attach as a 3 hydrogen atom. Here already 3 bonds are there, 1, 2, 3. You can attach here 1 hydrogen atom, and this here again, once again you can attach as a 3. So 2-bromopropane. Now we know that. So now tell me how many sets of protons are present here. Look at carefully. This is a methyl group, this is also as a methyl group. This is their neighbor. This methyl group also has their neighbor, same identical neighbor, and therefore this methyl group we can label A, and this is also as A. Means only one type of the proton of that ethyl, and this is a B. Means there are 2 sets of proton, therefore 2 PMR signal will be observed in PMR spectrum. Understood this one? 2 sets of proton under low resolution. Under low resolution, what do you say? 2 types of proton, therefore 2 PMR under low resolution. Here low resolution, 2 types of proton, 2 types of proton, therefore 2 PMR signals. In short, you can write 2 types of proton or 2 sets of proton. You can write sets or you can write kinds. 2 sets of proton or 2 kinds of proton or 2 types of proton, therefore 2 PMR signals, or you can call it as a peaks. You can use the word signals or peaks, one and the same. 2 types of proton, therefore 2 PMR signals. This is under low resolution. Now at high resolution, how do you write this one? A proton will gives A proton. Is A proton, how many neighbors are there? Only 1. So A proton will give doublet. A proton will give doublet as it has one neighboring proton. See here, A proton will give doublet because there is one neighbor is as it has one neighboring proton. Now let us see B protons will give, there are 6 septate as it has 6 neighboring protons. Look at here. So in this way you can solve this problem. Now let us move on to the next one, that is a 1-bromopropane. Here B point is a 1-bromopropane. Instead of 1-bromopropane you will get CS3, CH2 and Br. 1, 2, 3. This is a structure of 1-bromopropane. Now how do you write here? At low resolution, how many types of protons are there? Look at this methyl group. and this. Are they same? No, they are different. So A proton, this will be the B and this will be the C. Or you can say A, B and C. Either this way or that way. It doesn't matter. So A, B and C. Now at low resolution, three types of protons. Three types of proton. Therefore, 3 PMR signals or peaks. Now at high resolution, a proton here. Let me clean this one. At high resolution, a proton will give triplet as it has two neighboring protons. Look at these B protons will give sextate as it has 5 neighboring protons. And now is the C protons will give what it will give? Triplet once again. Triplet as it has 2 neighboring protons. So in this way we can solve the problem based on this. I think remaining problem we will discuss in our next lecture. Let us stop today here. Thank you. Have a nice day.